Welcome to the Manifest Your Career podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Norma Reyes, a Latina career and life coach. With this podcast, I help successful women learn how to combine their intuition and logic so that they can manifest their dream career. By listening to my podcast, you'll learn how to go from feeling stuck and lost on what to do next to having the clarity, motivation, and strategies to manifest the career of your dreams. Each episode, I'll teach you the skills, strategies, and mindset you need, girl, to get in alignment with your career goals. Now let's go ahead and get started. Hey everyone, welcome back. This is episode 18. And in this episode, I will be talking to you guys about manifesting and what the key to manifesting is. So the key to manifesting the career of your dreams is taking action. And so I want to talk about the law of attraction, also known as LOA. So, the law of attraction is a theory of how we attract things into our lives. This was made popular by the book Secret, which was made into a Netflix movie. And so, the law of attraction is now talked a lot about, but the actual understanding of what it means has become this thing where, if you say something enough times, if you wish something enough times, that somehow magically it's going to appear into your life. Now, law of attraction is real. I absolutely do believe in it, but I do not believe that it just manifests itself without you doing something. Believing in your affirmations, believing in your goals are a big part of manifesting, but then you got to take some sort of action. It doesn't have to be perfect action. You don't even have to know exactly what you're doing, just as long as you keep moving forward in taking steps to meet your goals. But it's definitely not going to happen in some sort of vacuum where you're just sitting somewhere in meditation and wishing and hoping that you're going to attract the career of your dreams. Now, I will share some of my favorite books. I have not actually read The Secret. I have seen the Netflix film and I did enjoy it. The book itself, The Secret, actually, my dad had tried to get me to read it before it had even become a movie, but it did not interest me whatsoever. But maybe I'll make some time to read it. But I will give you some of my favorites that I like. So, here are 4 of them. That's Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Why I really like this particular book is because it gives you how to handle your emotions and how your emotions are vibrations and how your vibration really reflects what you're attracting. And so then it gives you activities to raise your vibration and raise your emotions. So I really like that. Next, it's called It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. And that book, I really like it because law of attraction, usually, when you think of it, you're thinking like, oh, people just want to manifest more money. And so she talks about how we have this relationship with money, and it's like this 6 weeks thing for you to process of how money is meant to help others and it's not evil. And by having more money, you can help not only yourself, but others as well. And it's just really good. It's more than just that. Next book that I want to recommend to you guys is The Universe Has My Back by Gabby Bernstein. And that book, it's really just learning about how the universe has your back, how everything's working in your favor, and how to align yourself and believing in the magic. And finally, one of the first books I ever come across written by a Latina on the law of attraction is Chica, Why Not by Sandra, Hinojosa, Ludwig. So the Chica, Why Not book is a book that I absolutely recommend. and go support her because she's Latina. And that book really breaks it down into 6 different steps on what manifesting is and how to get clear on your goals and how to work and pretty much manifest, the ultimate purpose of the law of attraction. And I will explain more about the law of attraction, but the ultimate purpose is really about getting in alignment and making it easier for yourself versus hard. We come into thinking that we need to suffer, we need to have challenges in order to have the things that we want. Okay, and now to learning more about the law of attraction. So essentially, the law of attraction says like attracts like. The law suggests that similar things are attracted to one another and that people tend to attract people who are similar to them, but it also suggests that people's thoughts tend to attract similar results. And, you might find yourself really frustrated one day and you may be encountering a lot of frustrating people. And so it also just says that negative thinking is believed to attract negative experiences, while positive thinking is believed to produce desirable experiences. Now, I'm not saying that just by having positive thinking that everything will always be peaches and cream and that everything will be rainbows or anything like that, but it'll make challenges a little bit easier and you may not have your feathers ruffled by small minor things, right? You may be able to allow things to just roll off your shoulders when times are challenging if you're thinking positively versus thinking negatively. So the law of attraction also focuses on that the present is always perfect. So the law suggests that focusing on the idea that things are always going to improve and the present moment is the most important moment because it is the only thing that we have, right? Focusing on the past or the future is really what causes either anxiety or depression, because when you are thinking about the future, you're not thinking of the present. And if you're thinking about the past, then you're also not thinking about the present, right? You're not actually living in the moment. So you really want to be evaluating where your thoughts are falling. Are they falling 2 weeks ahead of time? Are they falling years behind, wishing or regretting, some of your past activities? Or are you anxious and nervous about what's to come? So again, I really just want to share on that. It's a common misconception that the law of attraction, you're just going to think something and you'll attract it. While that would be nice, and maybe sometimes it does work, it does, because I will tell you, sometimes it does. You really still have to actually do something, especially in your career, to attract those opportunities and really to have the positive mindset to bring them forth, right? If you are constantly telling your mind to look for new job opportunities, then it will be scanning and looking for those and you will recognize them faster versus thinking thoughts like, oh my gosh, like there goes my boss again telling me I need to do this, or I hate going to work. Your mind will then find things to remind you why you hate work or to remind you why you get frustrated at work versus looking for the opportunities to grow or move forward. So what you think matters, but it won't necessarily get you what you want, right? You have to start taking action. So just thinking positively, like I said, isn't going to erase everything that's really going on in your life or your career. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and suddenly have everything in place for your perfect career and life. But as I've mentioned before in some of the past episodes, frustrations in life are important. Frustrations help push you out of where you are. If you were not frustrated, if you were not looking for something more, then everything is status quo. And that's not a negative thing because status quo can be good. It's a period of rest and restoration for yourself. So, take those moments in stride as well. Be in the present, know that that is your time, right? And enjoy it. But there's times that we do get frustrated. And I truly believe it just means that we have done all the learning we can do in a certain role, in a certain company, and it is time to move. So frustrations give you motivation to change. We get into these situations that are meant to motivate us, push us into doing something about what we don't like. And that is where mindset matters, where the law of attraction meets thoughts and action. So your mindset matters, and then you got to start taking action towards your goal. For example, let's say that you're at a job that was fulfilling your financial needs. You're making the salary you want, the schedule is great, and honestly, you can't really complain about it. Then you start feeling this pull, this call that says you want more. You're not really sure what the more is, but you know with every cell in your being that you're supposed to be doing something else. This little feeling begins to grow. You begin to think about how frustrated you are about this. On one hand, you're happy with everything you currently have. Why can't you just be happy? And on the other hand, something tells you that you're not happy. It can be confusing and overwhelming. And then to top it off, you have no idea what it is that you're being called to do. So this is where mindset really matters, because it is not about the how or what. It is really about getting into alignment and believing that you're always moving in the right direction. And if you're not really sure and you're confused, you can ask for signs. You can ask in prayer or meditation, what is it that I should be looking for? This is the time to take that pause. This is that time to really work on figuring out what is your next step. And as I've mentioned before, many times before, I do have a free 5-step guide for you to really help you just plan that next step. I'm not saying the next step for your 90-day or your year goal. That is something that I would recommend doing some long-term coaching for, but really just your next step. Because when you're confused on, okay, do I really want to do something? Am I really unhappy? It could be minor, as you just need to change a job role, but you really won't know if you're not doing that reflection. So guys, that is the short of it on the law of attraction. Thank you guys for listening. I do want to let you know that I will be taking a summer break, but don't worry, I will be back in August. So if this is the first episode you're listening to, go back and listen to the rest of them. And if you have been a listener but haven't listened to them all, take some time to catch up. Leave me a review on your favorite one, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the Manifest Your Career podcast with me, your host, Dr. Norma Reyes, a Latina career and life coach.